Greetings and salutations, YouTube land and the vinyl community. So, yesterday I ended up getting my state tax return, which I wasn't expecting to get. And so, as you can imagine, I was probably kind of busy. So, not only was there a total of 10 records that I ended up getting ordered, there's also, since it was record store day, also in person bought 20 more today. So my wife and I went out to breakfast. We went to record store day at Scratch and Spin, and then she had mentioned something yesterday about a coffee shop in town named Drip, which I will let you know if you're in the Columbia area. It is essentially a college kid coffee shop, but they do have a back section that has a pretty decent amount of records there. And I ended up having to stop halfway through looking so I wouldn't spend any more money than I already had. And you don't want to know how much I already have. So I'm going to give you the ones from the coffee shop first. They're actually the first ones right in front of me. So I ended up getting a couple of Melvin's records. The only Melvin's I had at this point was a 3-disc, I guess, mini 3 EP thing that Ron Haggerty had given me a while back. And so I went and bought 2. These were actually pretty decently priced. There was a lot of stuff they had that was like they wanted like $40 for Kiss Love Gun. I was not paying $40 for a record I know I can get for about half that on eBay somewhere. So the first one I'm going to show you is Bullhead. And let's see if it's got any kind of colors of the vinyl. Oh, it looks like a standard black to me. And then the second one is Ozma. Literally just got home with these. I did have a chance to get them cataloged on paper, but I have not had the chance to put them on Facebook quite yet. And this one is a standard black as well. And it is a gatefold. Interestingly enough, on my way home from work this morning, I was listening to L7. I was listening to the Bricks Are Heavy album. And I wasn't expecting to find anything by them today at all, but I happened to find this is a reissue of the debut album. I'm assuming it's a self-titled L7. Got it for less than $20. So just in case you are keeping tabs, that now means there are currently sitting in the house 712 records, not including the ones that have yet to make their way here from the mailman. And this is a standard black as well. This is their album Slap Happy. Which is the only other one I think I've listened to all the way through. Oh. Oh, and this one actually has a design pattern, so we have the first design of the video. Nice little kind of Graham black and white marble swirl. What's really great is these came with their own easy slide out sleeves too from the store. Some of the other ones I got from Scratch and Spin, not so much. And I really need to order a ton of sleeves. So added the first Guar record to the collection, Scum Dogs of the Universe. These are a little harder to get in and out of the sleeve when they're double albums. I'm assuming since it's Guar, it's not going to be a standard black. And it's not. It's blood red, see-through blood red. I've already basically torn that sleeve, so I might as well throw that away. Okay, so this next one I saw, I got this for my wife. It's a Foo Fighters record, Sonic Highways, and this is not a typical Foo Fighters album. This was basically a soundtrack to a rockumentary that Dave Grohl did. He went across the country and talked to different bands, and I guess found out what their musical influences was, and went to like specific cities like New Orleans. I think Houston and Chicago were among those. This strictly going by information my wife gave me. And it is a gatefold. And it is a standard black color. And this little thing right here kind of shows you all the different cities that he went to. Like I said, there was Chicago and some of I can't read backwards and it's in the video, so you'll just have to trust me. Now I could obviously have opened these before I started the video, but I kind of like to be just as surprised as you guys about what's inside. If you're even surprised. I'm not even going to try to put the plastic on that. It's a gatefold and that's probably going to end up ripping it. I could put it on something better. So then the last one I picked up before I stopped. Motorhead Bomber, which is one of my favorite albums of theirs. And I want to say that Bomber was their third. Because I know they put out two out in '77. This one and Overkill. And I want to say Overkill came out slightly first. And like most of the Overkill records I had, this is just a standard black. No gatefold. Alright, now to the Scratch and Spin editions. Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time. This completes the first 7 that I have now for Iron Maiden. Just like in the other maidens I have, it's probably black. Yep. Now for actually one of the records I was initially going for. So I was initially going for 2 records. I knew I was going to probably end up buying more just because I had the money to do so. But I definitely wanted to make sure that 2 of these ended up coming home with me today. And one of those 2 is the second album from the band The Sword. And that second album is Gods of the Earth. This one is kind of like a clear greenish black. This next one wasn't on my list, but Rob Zombie's Sinister Earth, the second of his solo albums. And we have a gatefold for you. And it is a standard black vinyl. Next one is from a previous record store day from last year, Alice Cooper's Brutal Planet. One of his more heavier industrial albums that he did. That and Dragon Town really kind of had that feel before he kind of went back to the more rock-centered stuff. Nice gatefold there. Oh, it's got a nice color to that. I don't know what you call that, an amber, I guess, color. Trying to zip through these because I need to go to bed. I worked last night and I go back to work tonight. But tonight is the last night at my current job. So I'm starting a new job on Monday that I'm absolutely excited to start. Some of you watching this probably already know about it. This next one is the previous to most recent release by Metallica, Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Finally have this on vinyl. So now the only studio album of original material that I do not possess yet is Saint Anger, and I'm really not in a hurry to get that one, and really would probably only get it just to fill the collection if I got it for like a few bucks. So, you know, however long that ends up taking. Now, the second album that I came strictly to get was the new Overkill, Scorched. The vinyl came out a week after the CD release, which was I found it kind of be a little weird. So I had went there a week ago when I bought the new Metallica album, and that's when I found out that the vinyl release was going to be a week late. Nice gatefold there. with what is called an Aztec gold color. And I'm sure Ron is going to comment how he got his before everybody because he got it straight from the label. The next one is also a more recent release. This one not quite as new as the rest of these. This is the new In Flames album. And it is really, really good. I have had a chance to listen to that. The title escapes me, and it doesn't appear to be anywhere on the jacket or the records. But I've listened to this already on Amazon before, and it's really good. It really reminds me about the first about 3 or 4 In Flames albums. It has that good old school melodic death metal sound to it. The next one is another kind of newer, but not exactly. This is the album before the most recent from Cannibal Corpse. This is Red Before Black, which wasn't there the last time or any times I've been there. So some of these I picked up because I had just been leaving them lately and hadn't had a chance to really grab those and was going for other specific things. So today was kind of went for a couple record store day albums and then pick up some stuff that I had to leave behind a few times. And this is a black vinyl, so no need to pull that out and show you on the Metal Blade label. The next one, they had 2 different copies of this. One was a few more dollars, and I don't know why. The latest from the Scorpions, which came out last year, Rock Believer. Pretty solid album from them. Scorpions really haven't released much material that I don't get into. I didn't like the Eye to Eye album they put out, I think around 98, 99. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish with that album, but other than that, I think all their albums they've done are pretty good. I mean, you could probably go back to the first album, Lonesome Crow, which was, they were started out more of like a psychedelic rock band. And it's a solid black as well. So I don't need to show that. Alright, so this next section is the most I got picked up from one band, and it will finish off everything. So I picked up 4 bands, or 4 of them, excuse me, from the band Caius. Blues for the Red Sun. And the sticker says that it's in a gold vinyl. There you go. The next one from Caius, Wretch, which it says it's, does it say it's on any kind of specific color? I guess we'll find out when we open it. I don't see anything. And these are some of the ones I ended up picking up that I had to leave a few times. And it's a standard black as well. I believe this band, they were broken up and they got back together under the name Caius Lives. and I'm not quite sure on all the details. I'm thinking there's one key member or somebody who may have owned rights to the name as to why they had to kind of change up the name a little bit. And the circus leaves town. This one. On a standard black. Ron could probably give me a little bit more information on what happened. This was, I think, supposed to be their last studio album. And the final one, Welcome to Sky Valley. Good desert kind of stoner rock band. I like listening to these guys from time to time. Fuzzy guitar tone. And it is also on a standard black color for the disc. So there you have it, the 20 most recent additions to the collection, bringing it up to a total of 712. I really wanted to get up to 700 before my current third year vinyl year was up, which the 28th of this month, which is in 6 days, is the final day of the third vinyl year, as I like to call it, which was April 29th, 2000 was when I started collecting, so I kind of just use that as an anniversary point. And to have over 700 records in a 3-year span, I don't think it's too bad. That's just me. So anyway, that's what I got. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And everybody, take it easy.